Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So I'm going to do a ghost wipe. I haven't done one in a little while and I actually miss it because these are one of my favourite swipes. So I have mixed up Marte white paint, 40 grams paint and 160 grams floetrol. Then I've mixed up 5 colours, which are Summer Night, which is a very deep blue, Cerulean Blue, Silver from Decoart Crafters Acrylic. I couldn't find my holcraft silver, so I grabbed that one. Holcraft Paynes Grey and Sky Blue. So these two are both semi-transparent, the two darker ones, and the two lighter ones are opaque, or those two. And the silver, I'm not 100% sure it even says on the bottle, but that's okay. Silver is normally semi-transparent, but that's what I've done. So with the 4 holcrafts, they are 1 part paint to 3 parts floetrol. So 4 grams paint, 12 grams floetrol. The Crafter's Choice Silver was 4 grams paint and 6 grams floetrol. So that only added 1.5 parts because it was a lot thinner. Not one I've ever used before. I only just opened it up because I needed a silver and I couldn't find my other one. And I didn't want to use Extreme Sheen because I did not want cells that Extreme Sheen will give you. So I'm just putting these colours aside. I have my swipe cards, which I have cut in half. I'm going to put them aside because I don't want paint on those either. Now, the easy part, the white. So we are going to pour majority of this on the canvas. And when I say majority, I usually leave just a tiny little bit in the cup, just in case I need to do any touch-ups. I will put some gloves on. So this is the part where all I'm doing is just putting on this base coat. So I will spread it over the whole top of the canvas and the sides. You want the whole canvas covered. And I'm doing this video, but I actually don't have internet connection at the moment, so I don't know when it's going to be uploaded. I've got my internet company coming to troubleshoot and figure out why the internet's down. Hopefully it's an easy fix, because I can't watch any YouTube videos, I can't check on my own YouTube channel, I can't upload anything. Really kind of hinders me. So there's that side done. Now, so all I'm doing is just wetting it. I'm not really overly coating it or being too specific. I will tilt this, but I find it easier if I at least have a coat on it first. So you could use your fingers if you wanted to, or whatever. Whatever you use to spread your paint. Some people use spatulas. I'm more comfortable with this. Sometimes what you use for a while, you end up getting used to it, and that's what you stick with. So just make sure that your corners are covered, especially, even though we will be tilting it, the corners are the ones that are a little bit more challenging to always get the paint to go all that way. Okay, now I'm just going to spread this out a little bit. Sometimes I just tilt, but today I actually want to kind of have something for the paint to glide over, because if you don't, you kind of sometimes get stuck spots where the paint doesn't glide easily by itself. Okay, so that's covered. Now I'm cleaning my palette knife. I like my tools to be cleaned off relatively straight after I use them. It keeps them nice and clean. I've used this for a couple of years now, and look how clean it still is. So that's what I do. I just find it easier. Now, tilting. Just trying to get it to tilt evenish over that corner, please. So all as I'm doing is just tilting the paint so it goes over all four sides and corners. And the advantage of that is it actually makes it an even surface to swipe across. Because once I just start swiping, I actually don't move the canvas. I don't tilt it or do anything like that. So you kind of want it to be as even as possible. Sorry if I'm off camera here, but this is what I got to do. Go over that side. Yes, you do sometimes lose a bit when you do it like this, but it's the best way to get it even. So as you can see, it's starting to slow right down, and I'm not having a lot of excess paint. It's kind of what you want. You don't want to, well, when I do my ghost swipes, I don't like too much base coat on the canvas. It makes the paints bleed a little bit and spread in a different manner to how I would prefer them to spread. I kind of want them to spread the way I tell them to. So now I'm just bringing some of the excess back down to the center, which there's not a lot there. You can't really see a lot of movement. So that should be cool. Where's my lines? Okay, there we go. I'm going to run my fingers underneath and just get off those excess strips. Awesome. So that's the base coat done. So now I don't really need my gloves on because they're covered in white paint and they will get in my way. But what I do now is, now I get my paper towel and I just get it prepared for where I wipe off my card. And my swipe cards, I get them ready. Then I'm going to bring over my colours. Oops, I touched it with my knuckle. Okay, now with this, what I'm going to try and do is, I want to put the colours down, but I do find it better if I try and go like mix it up. I don't go like darkest to lightest. I kind of, whichever order you put them on, you will kind of get different effects. But I am going to go the night sky, I think it's called, the darkest blue. That's not the grey. Now you just have to find the edge of the canvas, like the middle, and start pouring off the edge. And then I'm going to come around with this squiggly pattern and then go off the edge of the canvas. That's all I do. Now my next colour, I think I would like it to be the medium blue. So again, start off the canvas and then go across in a, I always do a squiggly pattern, but it's up to you what you want to do. That didn't want to drip off. Now I'm going to go Payne's Grey. Again, off. Put a drop there. There we go. Now I'm going to go silver. Okay, now this silver is thicker than I had thought it was. I think it's thickened up. But that's okay. Now the last colour, sky blue. And I do have a feeling that silver is going to sell up. Like, similar to how an extreme sheen would. Just by the way I can see it behaving. See how it's spreading? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's not always what I prefer. How's that? Yep, you guys can see it. The thing is recording. Awesome. Now, simple enough. I get a swipe card. You go a little bit over the edge for the first swipe because you don't want to just leave a little solid line. So you go a bit over the edge and you grab half of this paint. And then I just pull down and lift. You lift whichever way you want. Let me wipe this off before I show you. So if you want to lift that way, or straight up, whichever way you like. I just lift it in different ways so I get different types of points in different sections. Now I come across, I grab another half of the paint and I just swipe that down. And this is about all I do. I just keep continuing along, trying to stay in a line and just drag and lift. Cells, awesome. Drag and lift. If you feel that your card is getting soggy or your paper towel is getting too dirty, get another one. Don't waste the painting for a little piece of card or a paper towel. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure down either. I'm putting enough pressure down to touch the paint, and so it's dragging and not skipping along. But don't over fuss about, don't push down hard and don't just leave it too light either. It's kind of that medium pressure. Now that card's starting to warp. It's just getting a little bend to it. So I'm just going to turn it around and use the other side. Again, grab, drag, and lift. See how I got a little bit of a skip there? So for that, if you want to, you can just go that little bit over and grab it again. So grab, drag, and lift. And You're better off to do it sooner rather than later if you want to get rid of it. Drag and lift. And I wouldn't say I swipe fast, but I wouldn't say I swipe slow either. I just go at a steady pace. Make sure you just do it more quite evenly. If you do it, yeah, you just, the main thing is just keeping your body steady while you do your swipe. Grab, swipe, lift. Wipe your card off. Again, grab, swipe, lift. I'm going to turn that card around. Grab, swipe, lift. As you can see, to me the more dominant colour is actually the cerulean blue. But sometimes you'll get one or the other, but for some reason that seems to be becoming the dominant colour in this. Grab, swipe, lift. Grab, swipe, lift. Now I am going to do the side. Just don't push down hard because you'll hit that piece of wood there that's holding the frame together. So just do a little one. There we go. Awesome. That card's finished with, and that paper towel's finished with. Get rid of them. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to turn the canvas around because I can't swipe backwards. I kind of always have to swipe towards me. So I just pick it up from underneath. I'm going to get white fingers. Oops. Oh, I just flicked paint. I got to scrape the bottom of this because I can feel there's a reasonable amount of paint still on it underneath. Alright, so get a paper towel, wipe off that paint that got on your fingers. Get a fresh paper towel ready for the swipe cards. And then we just go again with this side. So again, try to grab roughly where you got it from before. Card half off, grab, swipe, lift. Grab, swipe, lift. Grab, swipe, and lift. I try and do different peaks, like short and longer ones, so I get different effects with it. Grab, swipe, lift. And this is all I do. And I just keep moving along the canvas. My line is relatively straight. That card lasted a lot longer than the other one, but I'm getting a new one. Grab, swipe, lift. Grab, swipe, lift. And grab, swipe, lift. Now, This is not a necessity thing, but this is what I tend to like to do. I just give the edge a little bit of a swipe either way. It just makes, instead of having just drip lines, it kind of makes the edge have that same feel that the actual canvas has. And you don't have to do much, even if it's just a couple of centimeters. It just gives you that feel of a swipe on the edge instead of just blobby lines that drip down. And that's it. Finished. So I'm quite pleased. Again, sometimes it takes a little bit to do it. You can use different size cards. You can use different paints. I find if you're going to use the Australian floetrol, because I use Australian floetrol when I do these, I get lots of cells and reactions. I do get better cells and reactions when I use opaque paints mixed with transparent or semi-transparent. If you have no opaques, you don't get as many of the cells that come through. Here's one I did ages ago, which is one of my favorites. It's much bigger, but it's got a hot, actually, it's got a little bit of dust on it. I can't lift it over. It's a beautiful one, but I dropped it and I put a hole through the canvas. So, very disappointed, but I found there was a bigger canvas too. So, it gave me a little bit more room for my lines to kind of be more elongated, and I really like the look of that. And then I've got ones where I've used mica powders. Let me see if I can grab this one. So this is one of my favorites. This is done with mica powders. And that is got really good shimmer through it. A lot more minimalist with the micas than you get with the paints. But that's a beautiful earthy coloured one, which I'm really pleased about. So, yeah. And as you can see, where the silver has gone, I'm getting bigger cells come through. So that's what happens sometimes when you mix different brands of paint. I normally do this with only holcraft, or only the one brand. This one I did mix it up, and because I use decoart, I get bigger cells. So that's just what happens. Decoart seems to do that. So now I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. Okay, there we go. It's not coming out as nice colours as I get in real life, but that often happens with my lighting is not perfect. So that's the whole artwork. Those colours are probably a little bit better, but let's come down and see some of this. This is the silver cells I'm talking about. See how they're bigger? And then the ones over here don't have that silver in them, so they've stayed more like a bubble. You can see it here too, where you've got the silvers come up in that middle section, and then as it goes off, you've kind of lost the silver and you get the small cells. More here. They're looking pretty cool. But yeah, it's a fun artwork to do. And you can mix the colours up. You can match a room with this type of style very, very easily. So that's one of my favourite things about it. I can actually match a room just by picking certain colours. The only thing I have noticed is I've probably gone a little bit not straight in that line over there. So one's I've gone one way, one I've gone the other way. It looks like I've gone a little bit off center, but that doesn't matter. It's art that people make. It's not a printed, computerized version of an artwork. So, yeah. All right, well, I hope you guys like this. Hope you enjoyed watching it and seeing how it was done. And it should work with other floetrol, like Floetrol USA and Oatrol. I just don't know if you'd get the same amount of lacing that I get with these little cells in here. I'm not sure because I've never used them to try. But we'll just have to try and see. Focus, there we go. Alright, well I hope you guys had fun watching this, and I will see you soon for another pour. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, sorry. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you see any colours that you think you would like to see actually done in this way. Because that actually is sometimes fun to not have to think of a colour, but to do requested colours. So let me know what you think, and share the video if you like it, and subscribe if you have not already. Just hit the bell and click all, and like normal, hit the like button. That helps me out, shows me whether people actually are enjoying it. So have a good night. Bye.